A chef prepares a hearty stew called chankonabe for his athletes. However, especially during tournaments, many athletes will only eat the chicken version of this stew and avoid beef, pork, or fish. Why? And one more time, a chef prepares a hearty stew called chankonabe for his athletes. However, especially during tournaments, many athletes will only eat the chicken version of this stew and avoid beef, pork, or fish. Why?
I've got some knowledge of this, but not an answer.
I suspected that might be the case.
Then start us off, Bill, because I've got nothing.
So I'm pretty sure that tankonabe is what sumo wrestlers eat. It's like famous sumo food. I think that is true.
I was going French. Oof, terrible at languages.
I'm not 100% sure of the title. It could be something different. Maybe people are like, no, you're thinking of some very, very similar word. But I think that's like a traditional sumo food. I have no idea why before a sumo tournament you want to eat, well, now I have a vague idea, but I don't think so. You want to eat chicken instead of beef or pork.
I like that Bill has just been steadily going, I think, while I'll be honest, I've got nothing here. Have you got anything, Michelle?
I was about to refer to the wrestlers as sumo tori, which I think is the word for sumo wrestlers, and tori is also the word for chicken. So I wondered if there was a fun connection there, but I think maybe that's nothing.
It is the word for bird, right? Just
yeah,
in general.
tori is bird, but I think it might be written, well, it's obviously written differently, but I think it might be tori. I don't know. Someone who knows more about sumo can tell me that I'm wrong.
Dani, how close is he?
You've definitely got the main thrust of it that the sumo part is correct. I don't think the linguistic similarity of the word tori is part of it, though.
No, I don't think so.
I'm drawing a blank, but I'm going, what is special about food in Asia? And it's like, well, we're very lactose intolerant. But I don't think that can be it.
No, because it's basically chicken instead of any other meat. Instead of pork, instead of beef, instead of fish, you eat the chicken version. So is there some association, either culturally or religiously or actual sport scientifically, with why chicken is best for people before they wrestle? Chickens are light on their feet, and sumo wrestlers have to be light on their feet. heavy in their waist and light on their feet.
If it was about what the animal is like, I feel like chicken is not the creature that you want to imitate if you are a sumo wrestler. I filmed a thing years ago with a flock of chickens in Australia, actually, and there's not much going on up in the head there. I try to have sympathy for animals, and there just wasn't any light behind the eyes. They may have been the least intelligent appearing creatures I've ever seen or worked with. They just kind of bobbed around. So I don't feel like chickens would be attacking each other and trying to, like, you surely want, like, cows.
I think that's a pretty famous a series of crime rings that do that.
Oh.
There are.
Oh.
But
Cockfights.
that wasn't leading, just a point.
Oh, you make an excellent point. I was going to say chickens just run around and avoid each other. But yes, quite famously, Dani, you're right. That's not what happens. I also don't think a cockfighting question is quite right for lateral, but we'll see.
I wouldn't necessarily go in that direction, but some of the sort of general vibes that you've been floating have actually been very good and very close to a good, eloquent way of putting what we're going for here.
Is there anything about, like, how cooked the meat is? Because what was it? Beef, fish, and
Pork.
Beef, fish, pork compared to chicken.
Oh, pork you would fully cook.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It is definitely less about the science than the sorts of general animal-y vibes that you were going for before.
Yeah. Is it basically saying if you're a sumo wrestler, you want to be like a chicken? So eat chicken so you can be like a chicken, because chickens, when you move around, their head stays still because they have really good balance. And they're self-balancing
gimbal
animals. Yeah. If you put an iPhone on the head of a chicken and you held its body, you get a perfectly smooth shot.
Look, I would say you're in a good place and you're in the right direction. I would say more, like, you don't even need to go that specific. Just compare it to some of those other animals. Like
2 legs.
2 legs is kind of it.
Sumo wrestlers,
Because
you got to be pretty 2-legged.
think about the positions of the other animals.
Yeah,
they have to stay on 2 legs.
You have to stay on 2 legs and squat down, and that is a chicken-like position?
Yeah, you absolutely can't. Like, you certainly can't be like a four-legged animal, and you definitely can't be like a fish.
You can't put your arms down in sumo.
You can't put anything. No, sumo, you can't put anything other than the sole of your foot on the ground. Even the top of your foot. Even if you drag your toes on the ground, that you'll lose because it's only soles of your feet. So you have to be very staying upright, hopping on one leg while you try and throw the person off the side in whatever sumo wrestlers call a...
And thus, so does the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is essentially emulating the animal that is good and stable on its two legs and nothing that needs any other part of its body to be touching the ground.
That's fun.
So yeah, Bill, you were absolutely right at the beginning that the chankonave, it's kind of one of the big staples eaten by sumo wrestlers. It really keeps up their weight as well as a big thing. Sumo wrestlers, you can probably tell a little bit, they have to be really diligent about their diet to maintain this sort of weight. So some fun facts, they'll eat this twice a day. They will then sleep immediately so that everything they've just eaten will do its best to turn straight into body fat. And they'll also have about 6 pints of beer with these meals.
That seems counterintuitive to the whole staying on your feet thing.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.